Howdy folks, Bonine52 here with you. I thought I would take you out while I was out riding through a couple of my favorite small towns in Michigan, one of which I used to live in. I don't know where you live, and I've lived in busy towns, I've lived in way out in the country, I've lived in, a combination of them. And this is one that appeals to me. You can see they have you got to share the road with bikes, which seems a little dangerous to me, but hey, I get it. Again, so this is Dexter, Michigan. It's funny, if you've watched some of my previous videos, you know I have not lived in this area for a couple years, and it's amazing the things that you see that you're like, boy, I used to go there, we love that, and I see one already. Try not to eat too much of it, but there's an awesome pizza place right here, Ambry's Pizzeria and Grill, which is right here. It's really cool. I love that building. This is like a little open park area. They've had concerts and stuff out here. Apparently you can walk your dog. Nice old Dairy Queen. They also, if I remember here, a little barbecue place you can buy bird stuff. Over here there used to be, and I think it is up here on the left, a old hardware store. I love old hardware stores. And don't get me started on box chains. That's a whole different video. But just a place you can walk, talk to neighbors. You can just see people out and about, and it's a fall day, probably about 70 degrees right now, and look at all the people that are out. It's nice, and one of my other favorite places is up here. Wow, we can't remind Mrs. Bodine of that because she'll make me drive down here. It's like 40 minutes from our new house. So, this is the old hardware store right here to the left. I used to love a little pub right there. There's a lot of cool places. So, the farmers market today is right down there. And over here down to the right is where you can hop on that trail system. I don't know if you can see that down there or not, the water. It's awesome. And A&W. I don't know if you guys have A&W root beer or A&W restaurants like this one. This is, I grew up in this. There used to be an A&W by my old high school. And it's still the same. You go up to it, and they come out in roller skates and they take your order and they put it on your car window, and oh my god, an A&W root beer. I mean, it's like a Coney Island, I guess, but A&W root beer is the best. Oh man. Oh, I almost stop. Even if you get the diet, which is what I get, it's still good. Michigan has a couple things like that. They have A&W all over, and maybe that's all over and I just don't know. I think Verner's Ginger Ale was made here. And by the way, if you want a ginger ale in Michigan, you don't come in and say, can I have a ginger ale? You come in and say, can I have a Verner's? And they also have Faygo Pop. I remember for years when I moved out, my father had passed away when I was a teenager. And after about 20 more years, my mother got remarried, and her husband, Wayne, God rest his soul, used to always, for Christmas, what great memories when you're home, sent me a 12-pack of Faygo Red Pop, wherever I lived, because he knew I couldn't get it there, and he knew how much I loved him, or I loved it. And, it's just one of those things, There was not many people that I was going to let remarry my mother, by the way. He was one of them, and it was so great for her. So this is a road here that takes you between Dexter, Michigan, and Chelsea, Michigan, which is where I lived for a couple years that we love. This is also a main road where, or I don't say a main road between the two cities that there's a ton of bikes out on. You know, guys that really do this seriously. I don't know that we'll see them now. It is 11:30 on a Saturday, but that's nice. They, you'll see. I don't know, on a summer Saturday, you'll be riding up and down this road. You'll see, honestly, 50. And this road between Dexter and Chelsea is about, for some reason I think it's 5 miles, but maybe it's further than that. We'll see here in a minute. But I have not been on this road in a couple of years, and this really feels good. Cool looking old barn. Do you guys have any places that, and maybe your town is like that, you know, maybe you've lived there only a couple of years, maybe you've lived there all your life, that you just adore? I know in Chelsea, and we'll drive by it, there's a pub there, an Irish pub there, and a barbecue place, and they have parades down, down this little town. They do a lot for the kids in the schools, and oh yeah, one of the things that is different in Michigan that I continue to remind myself that I didn't have before are trains. Trains. Does it get any better than this? I feel like Sean smokes. Do you watch Sean Smokes? Sean Smokes has the knack of doing videos and finding trains. Oh, this is kind of cool. What do you think, folks? How cool of a picture is that? Actually, I turned a road too early, so we're going to go back behind this building here. This is pretty riveting coverage back here, isn't it, folks? I used to have a Build-A-Bear place here. It was pretty popular, but I think they actually, I think it's gone. And there was a brewery here, too. It may have moved, actually, into town, now that I think about it, because I remember seeing them in front of the Planning Commission. But we're going to get out here in Chelsea, Michigan. It's the beautiful clock tower. And there's another place that I gotta show you, because it'll make sense, and you'll go, really? That's where that gets made? Right there, folks. And let me get out here a second. Chelsea, Michigan. That right there is Jiffy Mix. And this is where the home is, right here. This happens to be the clock tower. I just love that tower. It's kind of cool. But that is the home of Jiffy Mix in Chelsea, Michigan. And I always hated getting stuck at this light, because you probably can't tell, but the incline is tough. But yeah, pretty cool place. They actually do tours in there. They'll give you a box of it if you want it. And I've been in there a few times. I actually did some business in there. But you can see I love this little town. Old train station was back there. I'm not sure if you got a glimpse of that or not. Zuzu's, a little coffee shop. I see people hanging out there with the bikes. And how cool is this? Oh, Chelsea Bakery. That is Barbecue 52, an amazing place. City Hall's up here on the left. That is the Chelsea Library, the best small library in America in 2008. And this is City Council up here, or the city building. But here to the right, this farmer's market in this little area right here is new. It was being built. As a matter of fact, we had a hand in that from a planning commission perspective. That was one of our deals to make happen. So the folks in the city did an amazing job turning that to a nice a little park, which again they have, every Saturday or Sunday you can go up there and grab fruits and vegetables and stuff. But it was used to be a parking lot. So, but you can see this is kind of a cool little small town, and we loved it here. Riding through here reminds me how much we liked it, and kind of miss it out here. So a lot of architecture downtown. It is a historic district. So this part of Chelsea out here a little further is not the historic district. So people could do different things with different buildings. The Rock. And then one of our favorite places, Mrs. Bodine and I used to go to it all the time, was Twisties. They actually close up in the winter. So, but yeah, pretty nice town for sure. Love it. It's one of those towns where people just kind of take care of each other and say hello. And a little post office. There's one of those old hardware stores in there again. I think I told you I love that. So. This is a Chelsea Fitness Center. Mrs. Bodine loved it there because she met a lot of friends doing classes. So our house is actually going to be 20 minutes from here. So we are both members of that gym, and she wants to come back to that, which I'm like, hey, absolutely. So hopefully you can see some of the water back there. So that is a lot of Chelsea, Michigan. So Dexter and Chelsea, Michigan. I got to tell you, folks, really cool place. If you happen to be coming onto this channel, say, what's a motorcycle guy doing a vlog on a couple small Michigan towns? I will tell you I do that because I want to get out here and ride. But if you happen to be finding this channel because you're considering moving or looking in Dexter or Chelsea, Michigan, as somebody who has lived here for a couple years, it is amazing, super friendly. You go into the grocery store and 9 of 10 people say, hello, how are you? It's a family environment. If you happen to move, both school districts are good. If you happen to move in Chelsea, they're some of the top in the state. They have an amazing high school and all their school systems. Big on athletics for sure, and it's definitely a place to bring and raise a family. And again, I would tell you that if we would not have moved. Had to move for a job a couple years ago, we'd still be living in that house. A lot of state championships in cross country, football, and just a really, really cool town, as you can see. And I would tell you that it would be a place to raise a family if you're wanting to do that. And I'll tell you what, just in case there are those folks that are looking and wanting to know a little bit more about the area, and if you have kids, you can move into a nice neighborhood like that. There's an area that's still great in Chelsea. All the areas are great in Chelsea. There's the high school over there, and then if you happen to be a huge sports fanatic high school, there's a lot of fields back there, but the football field is back there. Sorry, I don't think that you can see it back there, but really super cool place. So I would encourage you to stop in, even if you're not from here. There's a lot of cool restaurants. Great place to live. So thanks, folks, for checking in on the little tour of Chelsea and Dexter, Michigan. Thanks for watching the channel, and I hope you enjoyed the ride through both of those really, really cool small towns. So if you're not a subscriber of mine and like to see some videos of myself out riding and exploring the state of Michigan and traveling across the country and doing that with my wife, feel free to subscribe and come back and check it out. I appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. Hey, make sure to be safe on and off the motorcycle, and make a difference today and hug your loved ones. Thanks, folks, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.